Hello, I'm Xander, and today I just wanted to give my pulling opinions on the current limited banner unit Jinshi. So before going in depth on what my opinions on her, I'll go ahead and say what I feel is the obvious. If you don't have many DPSs or are new to the game and want a Spectre DPS, you should pull Jinshi. If you don't like Jinshi and don't have many DPSs, or have a lot of DPSs but want a Spectre DPS, maybe pull Phoebe, and if you want Phoebe, then just don't get Jinshi. And I'll be honest, don't get Jinshi especially if you don't have Zeshi or Yinlin. Her quality falls off a lot compared to a little birdie told me Phoebe will only need Spectre Rover for the current moment to feel a lot better. Compared to Jinshi will feel a lot worse, even with Yohu, which he's okay. But I'll start off with the qualities of Jinshi. So I think some of her strongest aspects are she's very ease of use, very comfortable, very free to play, and she's just very simple to understand and play. Her weapon options usually range around from most heavy claymores. I feel the best free to play one is the standard banner weapon claymore. And I'll go to say if you have Jinshi and you were watching this for some reason, I would recommend getting her signature more than a lot of things, especially if you don't already have a heavy limited signature. Her signature is very general and strong. Not the strongest like say String Master, but it's still very good for many users, especially such as Gion. And then her teammates. Her teammates can vary a lot. She has a lot of different teammates. Feels like every few patch there's a new best teammate for her. But currently we're a little at a stalemate for her. But her best teammates, especially in support wise, are Yinlin, Jeji, Yuha, Varina, and Yohu. I feel like those are some of her best teammates, mostly just because they do coordinated attacks. She relies on coordinated attacks more than say strong buff, and when you mix those two, it's especially strong. But she has a lot of free to play ability with Yuha and Yohu and Varina. Other characters aren't, but you might still have them, and if you have them, her pulling value goes up a lot more, unless you say already have Joy, and then you have Carlotta. Or if you have Yinlin and already have Shangli out, then it goes down some, because then those slots are already being taken, of course. But she still keeps a lot of value because of how strong she is, and she can use a 4-star that doesn't even buff on her team still, which opens up a lot of other team spots for stronger supports and such as. Now her game mode viability. I feel she is the strongest in holograms and TOA, because in the pincer mode, she falls off a lot, especially if it's not single target, and she already struggles in that mode in single target. But in TOA and holograms, she absolutely destroys when it's a single target boss, even with a first wave, because her DPS is just so strong that she absolutely just destroys them. But this might be a con over time, because there might be characters to be able to do that damage while still having some more AoE, compared to her lack of AoE. So it's very opinionated if you care about that, or if you just want a boss killer and then you want to have other characters for AoE ability. Now her value in the future could become better, but for now it isn't the strongest, especially since all her best in slot teammates are better in different teams. But maybe in the future she will get her best in slot teammate, but we have no clue when that could be, no clue when it can happen, or no clue if it will happen. So it's very opinionated if you think she'll have the value in the future, because say if one day she gets a skill buffer that also does off-field grouping similar to Rokia, that is going to be such an insane upgrade for her, it's unreal. And of course they do coordinated attacks too, but I feel like that at that point the kit's a little overloaded, so who knows. But still, again, if she gets a great teammate in the future, her value goes up a lot, and if she just doesn't, it just goes down and down worse. Now, I feel if you like Phoebe, the new resonator coming up next patch in 2.1, and you like her more to Jinshi and want a Spectre DPS, 1,000,000% get Phoebe instead of Jinshi. Because they will have similar damage output. Jinshi will do a little more, it seems, but over time, Phoebe might do more, and they're both very free-to-play friendly in their teams, as Jinshi's most free-to-play friendly team wants Yoho, and Phoebe's best free-to-play team wants Spectre Rover. So both of them are very free, and it just is very dependent on what weapons you might have. Say if you have a Broad Blade Claymore limited 5-star that you can switch off, maybe Jinshi lean. If you have, say, String Master for the Rectifier, I'd say big Phoebe lean, because String Master is just insane on every character. So it's a big factor if you need a Spectre DPS or DPS, It's very just which one of those does you want, because I feel it's not the best decision to get multiple of the same element DPSs unless you really like them both. Though I'll keep saying on that one topic, even in the future, her quality could get even better if they release an off-field healer that can just do coordinated attacks. Because the more coordinated attacks she gets, the more damage she does, basically. So that will help her a lot in the long run if she keeps getting that. But again, we could just never get that. It is a possibility. And same with Phoebe. Phoebe in the future could have an even better resonator, synergizes perfectly with her, or she could just not. It is very hard to have pulling opinions on characters that don't have complete teams. So that's why it is very hard to recommend either of them, when if the devs just want to, one can be absolutely obsolete, or one can just do great. I think Phoebe might end up being the better pull, but again, I think it will fully depend on which one you like more. If you like Phoebe more, pull Phoebe. If you like Jinshi more, pull Jinshi. And again, this is a Jinshi pulling opinion video, not a tiny shit on why you should pull Phoebe. Now, this con might be a little bit of a sneak, but I gotta say it. Her skin, Jinshi's skin, Pinkshi, one of the best skins I've ever seen. I mean, of course it's better, but in gacha games. And I think that drives up her value some, because how just great that skin is. I mean, it's Pinkshi. Have you seen it? It's gorgeous. Now, I'll say, I think my rating on official puller is very dependent. Say if you started in 2.0, and you got Carlotta, Zeji, and now you're wondering if you should pull Jinshi or not since she's another DPS. I recommend you not, and say for Phoebe, since she'll use Spectre Rover and you'll not really have a good coordinated attack user to use of her, even if the Yohu guy exists, it just won't be the same. So in that situation, I give her pulling value of 5 out of 10. And I'll say if you just started the game, got JJ, and are wondering if you get Jinshi, I would say get Jinshi, and that rating is a almost 9 out of 10, I feel. Especially if you skip Carlotta and have JJ. Now, if you played the game for a while, have a couple of DPSs, but skip Jinshi your first rerun, and are wondering if you should get her now, if you could comfortably beat TOA, I'd say no. If you can't, and you need a Spectre DPS, and you have characters that can synergize with her, I'd say you maybe should, be like an 8 out of 10, but if you can already beat TOA, and have her the characters she likes but already filled in different slots, 3 out of 10. And if you really like her, 10 out of 10, get her. And also, if you got Jinshi first rerun, but didn't get her weapon, and don't have any other Broad Blade weapons, I say her weapon's like a 8 out of 10. I feel it's really worth it, especially since weapons are guaranteed in this game. Greatest thing ever. But, those are most of my pulling opinions. I think overall, she has a 6 out of 10 pulling rating in my opinion. It just doesn't feel as worth it as it did first rerun, because of how many DPSs there are that do equal or more damage to her, and they have full teams compared to she is still missing a lot of components that fill her team, and it feels like every character that comes out, her team slots keep getting taken away from her, and she's missing more. She can work a free-to-play units, but at the end of the day, she won't be able to do full-on damage like that without best supports that she'll maybe one day have, or she'll just maybe never. So I think that's about all my feelings on the matter. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I am very thankful for how good my videos have been doing lately. The talking videos have been doing very good. I'm very impressed by that. It's kind of crazy, especially that first video, just yapping, and then it did so well. But again, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, if you want more. And if you like these type of videos, comment. I'm just thinking of continue doing them when more characters come out. And if you don't, then say. And if you have any content ideas, comment them below. I'm open to a lot of ideas, especially since I'm still learning how to do more talking stuff. And have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.